Hello and welcome back to the CardRPG Scriptable Objects tutorial for Unity. This is going to be part 2. It is going to be the part where we create the scriptable object for the cards and try to get them to show up and everything too. So we're going to go into into scripts. And we're going to make a new folder inside scripts, right, called Scriptable Objects. That way it's a little bit more organized, right? So inside Scriptable Objects, we're going to create a new C# script. We're going to call it CardData. Okay? Now what CardData does, let's make sure it opens. This quick key thing here is Control and comma. We'll bring up the quick key thing for you to bring up any script. So we're going to change a couple things. We don't need start and update here. This is instead going to be a scriptable object that it's going to inherit from. Everything after the colon to the right is something it inherits from, which means that that this script has already been created. This class has been created, and it's taking all of the methods and functions that exist inside that, and now you're using this as an addition to that. So, we are going to do something up top. We're going to type create asset menu. We're going to do a file name. So there's two things in a scriptable object that happen when you create one in the game. One is a file name that appears, which is when you hit new card or something like that, and it says card underscore or type card name here just to associate the project's file to the scriptable object. And then there's also the menu name. The menu name gives you a way to access it without having to go into code to make a new one. So for file name here, we're going to use card underscore. And we're going to do a comma, and then menu name. We're going to do new card. And you could do, if you wanted to, you could do create/new card. I'll show you how that looks. All right, so you save that. Let's go back into Unity. Now, after it compiles, you'll be able to right-click create. So here's that create new card. Now, I think putting create twice is kind of silly, so instead we're just going to make it so new card's right here. So we're just going to get rid of this part. New card. So that'll now show up right here. Create new card. Right. So now those update as you add new stuff to them as well. So we need to do a couple things, right? So we need to do a public string of card name. This is all the data. Scriptable objects will hold all the data for the card. They just don't sit on an actual object, right? So they can sit in a list, and you can choose them out of a list. They can sit in an array, and you can choose them out of an array or a dictionary. But they don't sit on a game object at all. They just sit as reference in your library. And you can pull them whenever you want. The public string card name. We're going to do a int of stamina. So how much does the card cost, right? So cards cost, cards name. We're going to do a public string card description. What the card does. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't really like dealing with one little tiny line for strings. I'd rather actually deal with, if I know it's going to be maybe a little bit more text, I like adding something that makes it so it's a little bit wider. There's actually a thing you can put in brackets above it called multi-line, and that will create a larger box for this. Okay? So that way you can hit enter, you can look through it, and you don't have to worry about trying to scrub through it left and right, trying to see all the words. So just go like this and do adds more space to the string field. We have a public integer for strength, how much damage the card does, right? We have another one for defense. Does the card block? If it does, how much does it block? And then we have another one for card draw amount. And if the card creates card draw, how many cards does it draw? That's what these are for, right? Damage, cards damage, cards block, card draw. Alright, so that is pretty much everything that we're going to be adding now. We're going to go back in and add one or two more things in the near future, just because there's other stuff that needs to be added to this. For instance, there needs to be different effects in the game, so the cards need to know when they have certain effects. That's what this kind of stuff does that. Alright, so let's make our first card. Right? So now we can make our first card. So after this compiles, and it did, we're going to go into the resources folder. We're going to make a folder here. So you want to create all your scriptable objects in a folder so that they load at the start of your game. Right, so you can do scriptable objects. And we're going to do a create new card. And we're going to make the card the attack card, which we're going to call Smack. You can call it whatever you want. But look, it says card Smack now. Right, so the name, Smack. Stamina costs 1. We're going to do deal X damage. And we're going to go through in the actual card script. And we're going to actually find this X and import whatever the damage is. That way the damage can be modified. You can modify it however you want down here, right? So we're going to put 2 for the strength so that it will find and deal 2 damage. Right? So that's what the card Smack will do. Let's make one more. We'll make another one called, so new card called Defend, and you can call whatever you want. But we're going to call this Defend. Defend will cost 1, and it will be Defend X damage. Strength will be, and the defense will be 3 for it. Right? And we might as well make one that has card draw in it. So let's do, how about we do another defensive card. Or call it, let's call it Aerial Flip. Yeah, we'll call it Aerial Flip. The card name is Aerial Flip. It costs 1. Why not? And we'll do defend X damage and draw 1 card. So now this is going to defend 5 damage and draw a card. So that's the end of this section. We'll be working on the card manager next. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you really enjoy this, and I hope you guys have a excellent rest of your day. See ya!